Okay, so we're going to do the first mod, which is the rear spoiler. Here's our project right there.
Alright. So this is your fourth time doing this?
That's right.
Makes you the most seasoned.
You know what I forgot?
The instructions?
The template.
Yeah.
Back up on the mezzanine.
Oh, we go down and eat it. You're fine. Oh no, you still have it.
I believe this is the template here.
I thought you didn't have the windshield wiper squirter like I did, but you do, so don't freak out.
Here's the template, guys.
All right, so here's the Toyota template for any of you that want to pick it up. It is definitely worth the $25. You do a perfect job. So, got that number? Order it. There we go. So you keep your tube because it protects it. And so we're gonna tape this. You're gonna tape this on the back of the factory spoiler. You make sure that's nice and clean. We even left the tape on, man. And then it tells you what size drill to use. So you use a 23/64 drill, and we're gonna drill, I believe, like 5 holes. Here we go. We got this template on. Gonna hit the little centers with a punch. And you can see there's 3 in the middle and 1 on each end. So just to give you guys an idea of what it looks like. This is not something that you can make up because you have to have the distances here to get it right. And no, it doesn't fit totally flush and it doesn't need to, but you have to line these edges up. Otherwise, your spoiler will be off. And do that all the way over, 5 of them. Okay, so we put the template back. Here you can see my little marks. 1, then there's 1 right there, another one there, 1 more right there, and then going to the other side is this one right here. Oh, there's my finger, right there. So what I do is I drill them out with a little pinhole drill bit, and then you do a 23/64, which of course everybody has. All right, so. Now this plastic is very thin, probably 30/2 of an inch, so don't put much downward pressure because you don't want to drill all the way through. What I've done is I put tape over these holes, the micro holes, and that's because the next drill bit that comes on is going to want to wander. So we are gonna find our hole, and once again, we're gonna punch it with the punch. And we're gonna go up 1 more size. We do this in 3 steps. Take your time because you don't want your drill wandering all over the place. Now, the consolation is if your drill does wander all over the place, most likely the spoiler is going to cover it. Here we go, final stage, 23/64. It's going to want to pull in, so you're going to have to pull out. That's it. So now we're at the stage where we remove the tape, and there's a slight lip on that, and we have a trick for that. You can see here these big gigantic burrs. This tool here, you can get it on eBay. It's a deburring tool made by a company called Noga, N-O-G-A. And you just want to gently go in. Now you don't want to pull this because you don't want this tool coming out and scratching the surface. But all you do is go around in a circle like that, and it deburrs it. Now, your second deburring tool is this baby here. Really nice. This one goes right in like that, and you just go around a few times, and it just creates a beautiful, beautiful finish. And there's less chance of slipping with this tool than there was with the last one that you just saw. There you go. And now we're going to wipe the whole thing down with a microfiber rag and some alcohol. Propyl alcohol, this is 50%. I think the other 50 is distilled water. So we're just gonna go through, and the reason I'm wiping this whole surface is because the spoiler has 3M double-sided tape all over it. And we want to ensure that we're gonna have a really good stick. So that's why we're going so large like that over the whole spoiler. There we go. Now, this is factory packed. You'll notice your hardware right there. All right, that's your hardware bag. And it's basically 3 10mm nuts that have serrations in it, so you don't need a lock washer. Next up, pull this off. And there is adhesive on this protective paper wrapping. Sometimes these things come directly. You can see these are all smudged up, but sometimes they have little micro scratches on them as well. So next up, we're going to take this spoiler and let me show you what it looks like. And there's what I'm talking about. There's residue there from the packing. But this is the spoiler we're putting on. So we're just going to go test fit it, and that will not be on camera. So we're going to peel this off right now. I know in some videos they'll try to peel it while it's on. That's not how I do it. It doesn't come out the same. Okay. Those last pieces were supposed to peel, I have a feeling. Okay, now comes the scary part as we put this on for the final time. All right, so we've got it down with just the 3M sticky tape. And now what you'll do is you will remove this piece. That's factory. Okay, if you'd like, you can take this clip off, but it's not necessary. There's your 3 studs coming through right there. 1, 2, 3. So here you've got your hardware. Open the bag thusly. And like I said, I have this in another video. So if you want a more detailed look, go look see. What do you mean it's not a 10? It's like I picked up the 9. All right, take your 10mm. Pull this down thusly, and then just give it a whirl. Now, these are down already, so you can't shift it around, so don't worry about keeping them loose because it doesn't matter. They're all gonna go on, and that's that. Now, this one you'll see, it's a hard reach, so I need a swivel. All right, in order to get those that are off at an angle, you need one of these, which is a swivel. But the reason you need the tape is because it has too much swivel. And the tape kind of eliminates that. Then we put our socket on the end. Maybe covered the end of the socket here. You don't want to do that. Luckily, it didn't hit the car. Don't know what happened there. Clearly, I'm not responsible. All right, and then there, we go in at an angle. And you just want to get it started. Not cross-threaded, mind you. You gotta really get it in there straight. And the trick here is that when you put the nut on first, what you're gonna do is you're gonna twist this handle and then just start it straight. And then you don't have to worry about cross-threading it. So let's get this one tight. Don't have to monster torque it because we're talking about plastic here. This is the one that's kind of a pain because this wire goes across, and the trick here is squeeze those ends, push this out and down. Real simple. Putting this in at an angle, you can see, then I get that started. Another trick is when you're screwing a nut onto a bolt, turn it backwards, and that will tend to help you seat it. So you go backwards first, and then go forwards. Let's see how that, nope, that is clearly not on properly. There we go. And what I'm looking at is to make sure that the stud comes through the nut right in the center. And that way you know you're not cross-threading. Okay. It's not tight yet, so don't worry, we're not stripping anything out. Here we go. And from there, make sure you put your wire back in so it doesn't vibrate. And it'll click. There you go. Put the cover in, bottom first. And then there we go. Just like the factory. Okay. Much easier done lefty. So here's the finished product. First install of a spoiler on a GR Corolla. Beautiful. Factory Toyota, factory painted. Get yourself one.